make sure I'm live. Let's see. Am I on camera? Am I on the screen? Y'all know I gotta get used to this OBS if I am live, man. Y'all know what we doing. I ain't got no producers to the show yet. Alright, we is live. We live. Who we got in here, man? We got anybody in here yet? I'm really waiting on Lala so I can hit the intro, man. Hold on. Ooh, this motherfucker down. Alright, man. Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shuttle live out. What we doing tonight, chat? Double tap the screen, shuttle live out, man. We got the ATL college shooter targeting the CDC. We got the Trump admin suing UCLA for a whole $1 billion. A whole $1 billion. And we got Jasmine Crockett responding to Trump, man. You know we called a low IQ. We gonna cover all of that, man. Y'all double tap the screen, shut live. Oh, man. Yeah, Lala, you say I've been slacking on that. Oh, man.
Greatest damn show on YouTube.
Okay, I just had to make sure all the bells and whistles, you know.
To the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, Cowboy Plug is in the building, man. Appreciate y'all for the donations, man. Getting the new hat, man. Y'all see, we're gonna get a PO box in case y'all want to send me some hats or something, man. Cowboy Plug is in the building, man. We got the new fit out here, man. The new attire, man. We in the one-on-one plug sack hoodie. Y'all double tap the screen. Y'all shut the live out. Call your auntie, uncle, and your cousin. Tell them plug live, and he running his mouth. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, Marxist, Marxist. I don't care if you don't even like me. If you straight up and down the middle, get your ass in here right now, man. We finna open up the call lines. No B, what it do? Gerald, what it do? Lala, what it do? Big Nisha, hey girl. We is finna pipe up, man. Double tap the screen. Shut the live out, man. Where that baby go there?
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Where that baby go there, man?
Go. I told that bitch don't get in my car if it don't come with no neck. I told my niggas I don't like the beat cause that don't come with no check. I told my niggas to mark my word, I guarantee that I'm next. I got the arms of a bodybuilder from the way that I flex. Might just hit the strip just to go blow me a check. They know what the fuck I'm on. They say they ain't got some of the best gas. They call it Southern Joy. They don't chain and ice on ice like Adam Sandler. I'm water boy. I know I'm all in the head. That bitch laying in my bed. Wait till I give her a spray. I'm a master with the head. Don't let these social fool you. These nigga broke. I know that they ain't bought it. Ain't got no car but talking shit. Okay, then little walkie talkie. I told that bitch to come home. I ain't got time for no bitch that's healing. Puff the blood, she called me daddy. And I'm screaming out no D. I'ma make sure that she come. I'ma fuck her good with my tongue. I know the night is still young. So baby, let's get it in. I know just how she like it tonight. She spicy, she added a friend. They ain't identical, but they fucking like so in the bed. I call them twin. Bitch, shoot. 1 + 1 = 2. What you tryna do? Go back for back, check a swoop. Either way it go, I'm on. Either way it go, I'm gone. Brody them just got like 100 on me. They tryna get them gone. What you call it? That wet? What's the name? And he put it in his song. Brody them got the purest products pink. You know this shit strong. No diddy. I'm the type of nigga that turn my bitch up in each city. Brody cut out, we sell them brain, we hit them gritty. I feel like a baby, I'm trying to get that milk up out them titties. It's no question who young and the latest. If you want your bitch, then when she talking, hear her. If I want the bitch, I'm going Pittsburgh. Still her. I keep some on the side, I don't have trust in just a main bitch. Suck me up while I'm driving like damn, I'll die by this lane switch. She a different type of freak, so we ain't never got a tussle. Throw it back like Miss London, sub me up like be hustle. Yeah.
Oh, man. Double tap the screen, shut the live out. We finna get straight into it, chat. Let's get the likes up. Right quick. Double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube, man. I don't care if you far left, far right, liberal, conservative, none. Hold on.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, I'm finna open up the call lines, man. Maz, drop the Discord. Gerald, appreciate you for dropping this in the Discord, Gerald, man. They saying that this guy right here is the alleged shooter. He is the alleged shooter. They said it happened outside of I think Emory, one of those colleges. I haven't watched the clip. I wanted y'all to watch the clip live with y'all. Get in the Discord if y'all want to get the information, man. We got a whole team full of wonderful people dropping information throughout the day in there, man. Appreciate you for dropping this, Sweet Jones. They're saying that he was sick allegedly from the jab, man. He was allegedly he was sick from the jab. So with him being sick from the jab, man, ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Hold on, Chad. Bro, like what? I swear my phone is on Do Not Disturb, bro. That's crazy. Can y'all see me? That's crazy. Can y'all see me? Am I back yet, chat? Hold on. That's crazy. Yo. Double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. Am I back yet, chat? Y'all let me know am I back yet. Alright, man, I'm back. Press 1 and plug back. Press 1 and plug back, man. How the Cypher, appreciate that $2 super sticker, Cypher. Y'all give Cypher some likes on that super sticker and them flames, man. Double tap the screen, shut the live out, bro. I just got a new phone. Y'all know I'm new to OBS. I got my shit on Do Not Disturb, but it's still ringing. How? I don't know. But they saying that this guy was allegedly sick from, you know what I mean, the jab, man. They saying that he's claiming he was sick from the jab, and they saying he targeted the CDC. I haven't watched the clip. Y'all finna find out exactly when I find out. But they're saying that reports are coming out that he was sick from the jab, and this was targeted towards the CDC. They said no civilians were hurt. One officer, I believe, was hit. I don't know if the officer survived or not, but I do believe one officer was hit. So, chat, we see this going on, man, with the Luigi. Now we see this guy. We see politicians and lawmakers being targeted. I don't know, chat. I don't know, chat. Like they even got I believe this is the car right here. I believe that's when they located the car. I see it's a black top. I don't know what kind of car that is just by looking right here. It's probably a Benz, a Kia or something. Y'all let me know. But you see the soldiers outside. I guess they got the hood pop. They trying to figure out what's going on right there. This is, I believe, the building that they shot. I don't know if that's the CDC. I don't know if that bullet penetrated it or if they had, you know, was protected. Oh yeah, that bullet for sure penetrated right here. This one penetrated for sure. That one, I can't really tell. But yeah, this is the guy that they're alleging has done it. Y'all let me know down in the comments, man. The first thing when I did start the clip, I think I got like 5 or 10 seconds into the clip, and they was already talking about a long rifle. So again, we see another attack on the Second Amendment, man. Every time something like this goes on, they highlight the fact that it's an AR or that it's a long rifle, and we come back time and time again. This is probably like my 4th or 5th live stream over the last few months where the first time something happened, everybody's saying ban the ARs, take the ARs away, get them away, get them away, run away. And I just want to know, chat, why is that the first thing we hear every time? Every time. What it do, Cypher? Every single time something like this happens, they're talking about taking away the ARs. I want to know how y'all feel about it. You said they shared videos, the shells went inside the building. Okay, they did go inside the building, the bullets penetrated the glass. Okay, so how do y'all feel about the ARs, chat? Press 1 if you think that they should have tougher regulations on ARs. Press 2 if you think the AR regulations are just fine. Press 3 if you don't know. I want to see how the chat feels about it. I don't like it that every time something happens, instead of putting more highlight on what the hell went on, they want to put the highlight on just the AR. That's all they want to put the highlight on. They're saying, oh, it was a long gun. But now this guy, they're saying he had grievances with, you know, the jab. Saying that he's reporting he was sick from the jab, and that's why he went and did what he did. So let's get into the clip, chat. Press 1 if y'all ready to get into the clip. Press 1 if y'all ready to get into the clip. Let's see what we got going here, man. Damn, I gotta get more efficient at this damn clip. Pulling these clips up.
What it sounded like, a long gun being fired over and over again near the campus of Atlanta's Emory.
What's up, Amanda?
Also just steps away from the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control, which, as you can see here, was hit, and according to police, was apparently the target. Just before airtime, we got video from across the street from a local CVS pharmacy, with police out front. More shots fired.
Okay, y'all see it right there. It says police officer critically wounded, suspect unalived in Atlanta. Sources: shooter appeared to target the CDC headquarters. So they have subdued the subject. He is no longer with us. The police officer was critically wounded. We'll wait on the update to see how the officer is doing. They are saying it appeared to target the CDC headquarters. Said this man had grievances with the jab.
By the time it was all over, a police officer was shot, critically wounded. We're waiting for an update on his condition, and the gunman was dead.
Look at them laws. They got the highway blocked off. They're not bullshitting right now, man. That's what I'm saying. When Luigi shit happened, I came out and said that I don't know if this is going to be isolated. I don't know if it's going to be people that, look at what Luigi did and take it upon themselves to, keep the trend going, expound upon it, hash their grievances out the same way. And now we see this guy doing it. We seen it from Luigi with the United Healthcare. Now we see this guy targeting the CDC. Unfortunately, an officer got clipped. I don't know, chat. I don't know, Chad, if we're going to see more of this or if they're going to put a hold on this. But one thing's for sure, two things for certain, they are coming after the guns. That was the first thing I heard in the clip that was sent to me was, oh, he had a long rifle. Like, dang, man, dang.
The scene. Short time later, we learned his target may indeed have been the CDC. And the motive may have involved the COVID vaccine. CNN's Ryan Young, not far from the shooting site. He joins us right now. Ryan, what more are we learning tonight about a possible motive here?
John, first of all, before we get to that, we just got an update from the Atlanta Police Department that the DeKalb County Police Department will hold a news conference at 8:30 about the condition of the officer who was shot in this. And we know that officers rushed them to a local hospital nearby. That interim chief and their CEO of that county is with the family right now. We have not been given an update on that officer. When you talk about a possible motive in this case, our John Miller got a really great piece of reporting that according to authorities who have talked to the family, they believe the suspect blamed the CDC for an illness that he possibly had, and that illness came from the COVID vaccine, and that's why he was targeting the CDC. I can tell you early on, around 4:55, close to 5 o'clock, when my source first called me, they believed the CDC was the target of the shooting as well. And it took some time to confirm because it was so close to the university. What we do know is those people who were inside the CVS and outside saw a man with a long rifle taking aim at the CVS and started shooting over and over again. That video that you showed.
Nah, it's not a black guy. Allegedly, I just had showed the picture of the alleged shooter. Let's get the likes up, man. Double tap the screen. Hey, let's get the 25 likes right quick, man. If you are in here watching me right now, I know you're on your cell phone. Just double tap the screen for me. That's how you support the channel for free. You know what I'm saying? Let's not be freeloaders in here, man. Just double tap the screen. We having a nice conversation. Big Niche, appreciate the $5 super sticker, Big Niche. Y'all get Big Niche some flames on that $5 super sticker. Thank you, Big Niche, girl. Thank you. People are targeting these big companies. There's more to come. Gerald, I believe you, Gerald. This happened in Atlanta. This happened in Atlanta.
Those 30 shots, that really echoed throughout the streets here. This is a very busy area. Traffic was going back and forth. That the cab officer responded very quickly and took that shooter on.
Hey, chat, low key though. You know what I'm saying? Press 3 if y'all feeling the new hat. If y'all feeling the black cowboy hat, you know what I'm saying, over the brown one, you know what I'm saying. Press 3 if y'all fucking with the new cowboy hat. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all for y'all continued support, man. Press 3 if y'all fucking with the new cowboy hat.
We know shots were exchanged. At some point, they found that shooter on the second floor of the CVS, and apparently that person had some injuries at that point, and they're not sure if the officer did that shooting or whether or not he did a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The mayor, the police chief, and the FBI all talked within the last 10 minutes. Take a listen to the mayor of Atlanta, Andre Dickens, talk about this shooting and the response.
There were shots being fired, calls for shot being fired right there in front of the CDC, and then shots fired inside of the CVS. And so you're hearing, everyone responded.
So they were shooting inside of the CVS and the CDC. So they were shooting at the CDC, but they're saying shots were going off inside the CVS. That's what I did not know. So I guess it spilled out, and I don't know if the shooter went into the CVS or something. They were saying shots were going on in the CVS, man. That's why we need to stay ready as Americans, so we don't got to get ready. Straight up. You're at the CVS, you're doing your damn shopping, you run in there to grab you a little 12-pack of sodas, or you know what I'm saying, some damn Q-tips or something. Next thing you know, it's some damn fallout going on, and you in there ass naked. You ain't got it on you, man. Stay ready, you don't got to get ready, man. They say, your time is coming, you either going to be revealed or exposed, man. Straight up. Stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
There's hundreds of officers, as well as fire rescue, and at this time, we've spoken with Emory President Finvez, as well as all of the individuals at the CDC, the leadership there, and the leadership of DeKalb County, etc.
John, to be directly clear about this, I asked the police chief, Shearbaum, whether or not this was connected to the COVID vaccine and the CDC. They did not want to answer that right now. Of course, this is in the middle of their investigation, so obviously that reporting fresh, and of course they didn't want to say that on camera just...
He was on the roof of the CVS. What? He was on the roof of the CVS. Ain't no way they let this man crawl on top of the roof of the CVS with a chop on him, a AR. And he across the street from the damn CDC building. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Right now, what they're still trying to do is gather all the evidence from the scene, especially with the shell casings and the evidence that includes his officer. Now, I know around the area there is a lot of surveillance video that they have on this scene that they're able to shoot and look at. So that's a part of the situation as well. But hold on one second.
I wonder how he got on top of the building. I wonder, did he just casually walk up there to the damn ladder and climb up there? Did he act like he was there working on something? Did he have on a different outfit so he wouldn't be questioned? How the hell did he get on top of this? If he just walked right up there and got on the building, I mean, that's okay. I just want to know if that's what happened. That I want to know, like, shit, how did he wind up on top of this CVS with an AR, with a gun, period, no matter what kind of gun it was? How did he end up here with a gun?
And here comes an update that's happening right now.
You may want to get this back because I do have another update.
This update's happening right now.
I want to give everybody a chance who needs to put their mic.
So we're not sure what's going to be said.
I believe it was Emory College, something like Emory College. It started with the E. I believe it was Emory College outside in Atlanta.
Now, they actually asked us to go to another site for the update for the hospital scene. Now we have another update coming from a spokesperson from the Atlanta Police Department that they're trying to give us all a chance to hear. So this is still a very fluid situation with hundreds of officers still around the area. One thing they did confirm is the fact that there was only one shooter. They did clear a lot of buildings at this point. So we'll see what happens. All right. So it looks like they're going to announce maybe a change in who's doing the investigation. Let's see what happens here.
All right, is everyone ready? Because I'm not going to wait much longer. Is everyone ready? All right, so right now, what we can tell you, since we walked away from the podium, we do have an update. The GBI is going to take the lead on the entire investigation. That's the first update. The second update is the officer was transported to the Emory University Hospital. I know earlier that we stated Grady, but it was Emory University Hospital on Clifton Road. I cannot tell you which campus on the portion of the campus on Clifton Road, but it is Emory University Hospital. If I get further updates, I will do my best to come back to the podium to update you because this is evolving. Our chief is Atlanta Police Department Chief Darren Shearbaum is headed to the hospital there. He will meet the DeKalb County Interim Chief Patrick. So for any other updates, we'll try to do them here at the podium. If not, we will update you via social media. Thank you, everyone.
Spikes from the Atlanta Police Department, the GBI, will now be taking part of this investigation. They'll be taking...
So they got the officer at Emory Hospital. They had reported that he was going to Grady. They say he's in critical condition. So far right now, the chat has told me the shooter was on the roof of the CVS targeting the CDC. He believed he was sick from the COVID vaccine, allegedly. That's what the news is reporting. So, shooter, white male, allegedly. I don't know his age. They're saying that he believed he was sick from the jab on top of the CVS, targeting the CDC.
Everything. So now we're hearing that update at the hospital will happen with the interim police chief at DeKalb. I told you, John, this is a very fluid situation. One thing that was confirmed today is no one else was injured during the shooting. We know the shooter was taken down. We know the officer was shot. And then, of course, the 92 children that were in that daycare that were trapped, we're told they're all okay. There are parents behind us who want to get their kids, but we're told all those kids are safe and sound at this point. John, back to you.
It is remarkable, given how busy that spot is, that nobody else, only the shooter, is struck tonight, and obviously the police officer, and we wish him the best as we wait for that update. Ryan Young, please stick around. Just before we came on the air, I spoke with a CDC employee who witnessed the shooting. He does not want to be named, but listen. Sir, very much appreciate your time. I just want to walk through, where were you and what exactly did you see?
Cut the camera off.
Sure. So,
my bad, Chad.
Campus, I don't know if you've seen the video. There's the intersection with CDC on one side and CVS on the other. I was sitting at the light waiting for it to get green. I noticed a gentleman sort of walking on the sidewalk with what I thought looked like fishing gear at first. And then he sort of made a left, walked up a couple of steps in front of CVS, put his backpack down. That's when I realized that they were... I think I saw 2 rifles, but I can't be certain. But by the time, just before the light went green, he raised the rifle sort of at an angle and started firing into CDC's campus.
And from your perspective, you're certain, right? That's what the authorities now believe. The CDC, not Emory, was the target, but they're right side.
So if he said he's seen 2 rifles, was he like this with 2 ARs? Like what did he mean he's seen 2 rifles? Like, now I want to know what he means when he says 2 rifles. I saw 2 rifles. So is he alleging that there was another person? Did this guy have 2 damn rifles like this? Like, y'all gotta come on, man. We need to know what the hell is going on. What's up with 2 rifles, chat? Double tap the screen, shut the live out. Let's get to 100 likes right quick. Double tapping the screen is how you support the channel for free.
Side by side right there.
I would say that the building that he was aiming at, building 21, is on the opposite side, is on sort of the furthest side from Emory's campus. But yeah, I mean, it was certainly targeted directly at CDC.
Right. And you say you believe he had 2 rifles. He was...
Oh, so he's seen the man pull the rifles out the bag. He's seen the man unloading. He most likely pulled 2 rifles out of his bag and lifted one to start firing until it was empty or jammed, then go for the other rifle. Yeah, he's on one. I'm not gonna lie, bro was in, I ain't even gonna say he was in his bag. He was, I don't know what to call it, bro. He was on a mission. We'll put it to you like that. If he had 2 ARs on top of the CVS aiming at building 21 of the CDC, he was tripping. he had a lot going on. He didn't plan on making it out of there alive. I think that was one of those kind of missions.
Firing one of them. How many shots did you hear?
Let's see, probably 6 or 7 shots. When I pulled away, I got a few hundred yards down the road, called 911, spoke to the 911 operator for about 3 minutes until the person told me that they were starting to get additional reports of what was going on. So then I hung up. I drove a little further down the road, pulled off the side of the road to make sure that my wife and the kids were no longer at the daycare. And the shooting went on for several minutes after that.
And you say you spoke to the 911 operator for about 3 minutes and then was told they were getting additional calls. Do you believe you may have been the first person to call?
I can't speculate on that.
Okay, you made a very important point in the last part. The mayor has said there were 92 kids at the daycare center on the CDC campus there. That's where your children were, sir, and your wife ended up picking them up and they're safe?
Yeah, my wife ended up, I usually do pick up because I work there. The kids are right there.
I didn't know they had kids at the CDC building. Did y'all know that there was kids at the CDC building? Is it like a daycare for the employees or something? Why is there kids at the CDC building? Is it like research going on? Like I'm truly want to know, chat. Y'all let me know, why are there kids at the, it's a daycare obviously, so is it for the workers? That's what I'm saying. Like, is the CDC, do they have, like, you know how some jobs or whatever have like a daycare for the workers there? Is that what's going on there?
But as luck would have it, she got off work a little early and went to pick them up, and they left about 10 minutes before the shooting started. But we have friends and their kids who were on lockdown. I have very close colleagues who were locked down in the office at CDC, you know, cowering in or sort of sheltering in place. So, yeah.
You're a CDC employee. You witnessed this shooter pull a rifle out of a backpack and start firing toward the CDC.
Yes.
Could he have walked onto the campus, or are you confident as someone who's there just about every day, there's adequate security, which is why he had to shoot from a distance, and thankfully no civilians. There has been an officer hurt, but no civilians have been shot.
Yeah, and my thoughts go out to the officer's family, but I really don't know why he didn't just walk across the street. There was nothing to prevent him from you know, it's a public sidewalk. There are demonstrations there not infrequently, so maybe just luck. I don't know.
Sir, we're grateful for your time tonight, and obviously your quick response to that 911 call contributed to the quick.
Oh yeah, Chad, I forgot about the dude that walked into the NFL headquarters. I forgot about the dude that walked into the NFL headquarters. Everybody just living like it's Grand Theft Auto right now. Like, Grand Theft Auto 6 finna come out, and Americans, not all Americans, but a select few Americans are trying to live this shit out in real life. Like, gosh, this shit is crazy.
Response from law enforcement. So, in addition to being happy you're safe and your children are safe, thank you so much.
Well, hopefully I played some part in the quick response, but, you know, I'm just glad to see the flotilla of police cars going as quickly as they could soon after.
That's crazy. We finna watch the press conference. I believe they had a press conference about it. That shit is crazy. Here we go. I got the press conference right here, Chad. I'm getting a little better with, you know, sliding through this OBS. Look at that.
We do have the press conference starting right now live. The Atlanta Mayor, Andre Dickens, speaking to the press.
My name is Andre Dickens. I'm the mayor of the city of Atlanta. I'm joined here today by Atlanta Police Department Chief Shearbaum, Atlanta Fire Rescue Chief Smith, as well as FBI SAC Brown to my right, and the DeKalb County PIO Officer Wells. We're just a few of the individuals and teams that are here that's been on scene for the last 2 hours, as I've witnessed the coordination amongst many of this active shooter incident that occurred today on the campus of Emory University, just off site of the CDC and next to this CVS pharmacy. This active shooter incident started this afternoon, and Chief Sherbon will give you some of the details regarding that. I witnessed over the last 2 hours a very coordinated response. A lot of training had to go into how these men and women of Emory University, the DeKalb County Police, the FBI, the City of Atlanta Police, Fire and Rescue from both DeKalb and the City of Atlanta, the GBI, Georgia State Patrol. I saw
What's up with it, Tommy Ma? Yeah, this is a live chat right here. This is me, Plug. I'm the host. Double tap the screen on your way in. Take your shoes off. Lala got some plain lays. I did buy some of them little Wagyu beef steak strips. I'm going to make some fajitas for y'all. You know, when we pull up at a Plug party, we kick it and we eat good. Lala, get them plain lays, man. But yeah, I do got a phone number pin. You can call in and have a convo with me. I think that this is crazy, man. I think that this is crazy. The phone lines are open. Just take your shoes off at the door, man. Take your damn shoes off at the door.
Officers coming from all over to be able to respond to this incident. At this time, Chief Sherbon will give you more of the details, but at this time, the shooter is deceased, and we don't have any civilians that have been shot in this active shooter incident. Thank God for that. We do.
Yes, this is in Atlanta, Georgia. It was around at the CDC building. They targeted the CDC building in Atlanta, Georgia. He was standing on top of the CVS, shooting on top of the CVS at the CDC building.
Have a DeKalb County officer that was also shot. And at this very moment, the CEO of DeKalb County, Lorraine Cochran Johnson, as well as the police chief of DeKalb County, are at the hospital.
What the hell do they mean, the CEO of DeKalb County? DeKalb County got a CEO? Check. What do they mean about the CEO of DeKalb County?
Right now, meeting and talking with individuals, the families, and other officers that were involved having to respond to this emergency situation. They will shortly come to this very same spot to give a press conference and an update on that officer and that incident. And at this time also, on the CDC's campus, there are 92 children that are in a daycare that is on this campus. They are safe, and we are setting up with the CDC and all connected parties to be able to get those families reunited with those children at a local school very nearby. And we have the address of that. That chief will give you the specific address and name of that school nearby. So we are working to unify families, and at this time there have been no civilian casualties, but this was an active shooter incident. The shooter is now deceased. The campus is, there are no threats on the campus currently, but we still have an active investigation. Atlanta Police Department will be the...
See what's crazy? Full Throttle, you came in here casting judgment talking about another Trump voter. Who would have thought? I didn't even vote the last election because I didn't have my rights yet. I just got my rights back. I'm going to vote in 2026 and 2028. But you see how quick you come in here and pass judgment, Full Throttle? Shame on you. Shame on you.
Investigating party. And so we ask that while things are safe, that you don't drive in that part of campus, because we need to make sure that the investigation goes through without any obstruction. Again, to the men and women that work at the CDC, we know that you've had a tough go of it in the past year, and my heart goes out to you as uncertainty was around your occupation and you being citizens of Atlanta. That means something to me. And then today this occurs. We are with you, we stand with you, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that we bring resolve to this situation. And FBI SAC Brown, he may be able to tell you more about some of the windows that might have been shot on various floors of the CDC as gunfire did take place. The other thing is to those parents of those 92 children that are at the CDC. I'm a parent as well. I know your uncertainty and your fear and your concern has been high. We wanted to come give you this message that all the children are safe and that we will be making sure that you get reunited with them as soon as possible. I know your heart is just really, really aching, but the good news is none of them have been injured, and we will get you connected to those, to your loved ones really soon. I'll come back to this microphone after others will be given a chance to speak. Now I turn it over to Chief Darren Schierbaum, as Atlanta Police Department has been in coordination with all the other outstanding agencies as we've been.
Y'all hear the helicopter?
This is why we train on active shooter drills, etc. around this region. This has been a group project and a coordinated effort, and Darren Schierbaum, the Atlanta Police Chief, will now address you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
He got that tan suit on like Obama had. Huh? He put that Obama suit on tonight.
Just give you an update and some additional information what the mayor provided. So this afternoon at approximately 4:50, the Atlanta 911 Center became aware of a report of an active shooter that was occurring at 1600 Clifton Road. This is right at the intersection of Clifton Road and CDC Parkway, immediately in front of the CDC campus. Officers from multiple agencies responded, from the campus, across the region, from our federal partners and our state partners responded to the scene. Officers arriving found a critically injured DeKalb County police officer that was down. He was immediately extracted from the scene and taken to Grady Memorial Hospital. Officers could still hear gunfire occurring inside the CVS drugstore that is right there at the intersection. So officers moved quickly to attempt to find the shooter and to neutralize the threat to the community. We later found the shooter on the second floor of the CVS. He had been struck by gunfire. We do not know at this time whether that was from officers or if it was self-inflicted. He was removed from the location by Atlanta Fire Rescue to render aid. He did pass at the scene. We also know that the CDC campus did receive multiple rounds into their buildings. Right now, as the mayor stated, we are not aware of any injury that occurred to anyone on that location. 4 other individuals did later arrive at the hospital. They were retreated for stress and anxiety symptoms. They were not injured in the shooting. And to reemphasize what the mayor stated, the children in the daycare center are unharmed. We have law enforcement and medical professionals with them, and we are coordinating the return of those children to their families. We've already put this out. We want to reemphasize it. The CDC leadership is communicating this to all parents, but the reunification site is at the Clifton School, which is located at 1900 Starvine Way, Starvin Way in Decatur. And we want to again reassure all parents and loved ones that their children are okay. We do believe there was a single shooter, and we do believe that single shooter is deceased. Right now, the investigation is being conducted by the Atlanta Police Department's Complex Case Squad, by the GBI and the FBI in a joint investigation until we know more information as to what transpired. The Atlanta Police Department is lifting up the DeKalb County officer, the DeKalb County Police Department in our prayers, and I ask everyone that is watching this broadcast to do the exact same thing. And I want to commend the men and women of law enforcement from all across this region that when this community needed them, no one shirked from the danger. And every officer from multiple districts responded and immediately moved to end this threat. Thank you.
Sure. Hi, I'm Paul Brown, the Special Agent in charge of the FBI's Atlanta Division. And like the Chief and the Mayor said, we immediately responded to the scene. At this time, we're not aware of any casualties on the campus of the CDC, but in conjunction with our partners, we're methodically clearing that to ensure that that is accurate and that is remains so. And then once that's done, we'll assist with processing the scene and conducting the investigation jointly with our partners.
Interim Chief Pedrick will be here to provide an update. I just don't have that information readily available.
So we are, both Chief and Mayor, if you can, we're getting reports that maybe the suspect who was known had some issues with the CDC because he was upset about COVID vaccine. He thought it made him sick. Is there any way you guys can maybe address that, and maybe if he was targeting the CDC because of the vaccine?
We cannot confirm at this time. This is in the earliest stages of the investigation. The same questions you have, law enforcement has. And so everything that is the question of the nation, we're going to get the answer to, and we'll be able to report back as soon as we can.
Univision.
Hey, y'all double tap the screen for me, shut the live out. We 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We go live every single night over here talking entertainment, politics, and current events, man. Be sure to hit that subscribe bit for me. Turn on post notifications and double tap the screen on your way in, man. You said you regret voting for Bush. That's a reply in y'all poll. Everybody tell me who they regret voting for. It don't matter if you was voted in the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, or the 2020s. If you have ever regretted any vote that you've cast, local, state, or national, let me know who it was that you regret voting for, man.
hearing this maybe from Cab, but was this officer a rookie officer? We heard basically he's almost ambushed a little bit when he actually arrived on the scene.
So any information about the officer will come from Interim Chief Pedrick later this evening, including his status and how long he was with the department.
All right. Is the white car with the trunk open and shot up, is that connected to the suspect?
It's part of the crime scene at this time. We can't confirm if it was the car that the suspect drove, but it is being searched by the police and it's being held as evidence.
We're going to take the last question right here.
Do you guys have a timeline of when the gunfire was called in and how quickly officers responded and how quickly the suspect was essentially...
4:50 p.m. is when the first call came in. Law enforcement arrived very, very quickly thereafter. Oftentimes when officers arrive, they're so quickly engaged in the scene they can't radio out. So we'll be reviewing all video to determine when the first officers arrived. But the response was from multiple agencies. I wish I could name everyone right now, but the citizens of the Atlanta region should be proud of their law enforcement today.
Yeah, as Chief stated, this was a coordinated effort. When I was here around 5:15 or so, I was seeing not only DeKalb County and Atlanta, we were seeing Gwinnett County, we saw officers from Dunwoody, we saw, of course, Emory, the FBI, GBI, Georgia State Patrol. Everyone was responding because there were shots being fired, calls for shot being fired right there in front of the CDC, and then shots fired inside of the CVS. And so you're hearing, every...
Yeah, Chad, that's a sad situation, man. We're going to continue to report on that as we get updated, man. We're going to find out if that car was part of the crime scene. If that's the car that he drove up in, we're going to find out, what he wore.
Ben Ferguson,
shit.
podcast host, joins us now.
Oh, shit. Hold on, Chad.
There's quite an admission. Pro-Palestine means needing peace and worship.
I done took myself off the camera and put a damn clip up. How the hell I do that? Hold on, chat. Let me get myself back on the damn camera, man. Y'all know I'm new to this OBS shit, man. I keep telling y'all. Damn. Ricky move, plug. Ricky move, plug. Hold on. Let me get this shit together for y'all good people in here, man. Double tap the screen while I get this shit together, man. Double tap the screen while I get this shit together, man. You know what Boosie say y'all players fuck up. Man. Alright, here we go.
Ben Ferguson, podcast host, joins us now. There's quite an admission.
Alright, we finna get into the next part of the show. I do got the phone lines open. Do I? Yeah, I got the phone lines open. If anybody wants to call in, I do got the phone lines open. If y'all want to talk about that last topic, but we finna move on to Jasmine Crockett, man. We finna move on to Jasmine Crockett. They saying that her party's turning on her. They saying that they're calling her a bad boss. I did see she responded to Trump today. Trump called her low IQ, so we're gonna watch her response. But we're gonna see what they're talking about, man. They said that her seat will be gone, and but she's saying that she's gonna pick up somebody else's seat. She said that she's not worried about it. Y'all not gonna get rid of her. She gonna pick up somebody else's seat. So we finna see what's going on with Jasmine Crockett, man. I do believe they sent me a clip earlier. I think Benny Johnson said he's doing a deep dive on her growing, I guess just a deep dive on Jasmine Crockett. So I'm ready to see that as well, see what's going on, man. Double tap the screen, shut it live out. How the hell do I get
pro-Palestine means hating peace and worshiping death. Your reaction? So we'll see what happens with that. Want to also ask you about Jasmine Crockett. She surged to the forefront of the Trump resistance with aggressive and offensive language. Now that liberal Congresswoman, Ms. Crockett, is contending with a report that she's a terrible boss who terrorizes her own employees. Sources tell the New York Post that Crockett screams at her staff, is never in the office, freaks out over the most random things, is focused almost exclusively on being an influencer and has overall a toxic staff environment. On one occasion, she even reduced an aide to tears. One source summed it up as, quote, all diva, no wow. That's reportedly behind closed doors. This is in public.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of okay, we know that. Kind of like, the orange orangutan, the Timu Hitler. They understand that we have a Timu Hitler in the White House right now that thinks that he is going to become the dictator of the United States. We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your We will not allow a bully to punch us in our face. We are not only going to punch you back, but we are going to knock you out.
Well, Ben, if that's what she's displaying publicly, my goodness, what is happening behind closed doors?
Yeah, look, the Democratic Party's got a problem because they've basically taken a bunch of social media influencers that are really loud and know how to get like TikTok views and said, be a congressperson. We'll bring you up here, and they don't legislate. She's not representing the people of her district. She's never there and working with them. And again,
That's crazy. They're saying that Jasmine Crockett is not representing the people in her district, but I thought the people in Dallas love Jasmine Crockett. I mean, are they being bamboozled, or are they just lying on her? Because I thought Jasmine Crockett, I thought they liked her. Whether she was focused on social media, whether she trying to build up, her national whatever, I thought people liked her where she's from. Now, I know a lot of people are critical of Jasmine Crockett. A lot of people hate her and the damn horse she rode in on. But I thought the people of Dallas really liked her. You know what I'm saying? The people where she's from really liked her. I mean, I don't know who that was calling private. Y'all call back. Whoever that was that called private, call back. Damn. I couldn't see. Damn, I done zoomed in on my damn head. How do I zoom back out? Alright. Listen, Chad. Whoever that was that called in, call back in, man. Call back in. You said they do. She is what the Dems truly are. Taking all challenges on. I see her comments. Ask her to run for president. Crockett after the money. I think all of them after the money. She hood. She is a little hood. I know, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's nothing too bad with that.
all of these accusations are coming from her staff. People that worked for her, and they say she's never in the office, she's always hanging out in her apartment, she only wants to be on TV, she only wants to be viral, she only wants to call the president a POS. And this is, again, the Democratic Party. Look, I think they've got a big problem, because now you got Marxists, socialists, and communists, and TikTokers like her, who are out there saying, I'm a congresswoman, even though I don't represent or do anything for my constituents. It's serious people should be in Washington. You should be working for the people, not trying to get views on clickbait like she does every day. So, good luck to the Democratic Party. You've created this, you've emboldened it, and now this is...
Hold on, I gotta allow my microphone, man. I forgot how the hell I do that, bro. Damn. Hold on, check. Hold on, chat. I gotta allow my damn microphone. Damn, I don't even know how to do it. Hold on, chat. Let me close it out and open it back up. Maybe they'll let me allow my microphone. Damn. Chat. I don't know how to allow my microphone right now. I'm gonna play the clip and I'm gonna work on the back end and get the mic together.
This is what you've got, and you wonder why her approval rating's at like 9%.
And now her owner turning on her. Ben Ferguson joining us on that. Thank you so much, Ben.
Her own staff.
Yeah.
See ya.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch
she did an interview today. We finna watch the Jasmine Crockett interview. I think this where she was voicing her opinion.
Joined now by Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Thanks for joining me.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk about what's happening in your state of Texas, because these Texas Republicans have targeted you among other of your colleagues that are in the House right now. Your reaction first and foremost to folks like Greg Abbott, John Cornyn, Ken Paxton, Donald Trump, and the Speaker of the Texas House for going through with this plan to deprive you of your ability to represent your constituents.
Yeah, so that was a long list of losers that you just laid out. And essentially that's what it is. They're like, you know what, we know we're losers, and so the only way that we can win is if we cheat. And that's exactly what we are enduring. But I've got news for them. It doesn't really matter where they draw the lines. I will be able to win a district in the state of Texas because I feel like I am strongly represented for my district. So Congressional District 30, while they drew me out of my seat, they drew me actually into Mark Vesey's seat. What is most alarming, though, is we have 3 Democratic reps in North Texas. And that's myself, it's Mark Vesey, and it's Julie Johnson. What they have decided to do is in super blue Dallas, Texas, in super blue, not only just super blue Dallas, Texas, but super blue like DFW area, as well as super diverse. Like, let's talk about the diversity. There is so much diversity in this area. They have decided that they were going to chop and screw these districts to the extent that those diverse voices would be diluted. When we did the math, if you are an African American in the state of Texas, and Texas has more African Americans than any other state, then your vote only counts 1/5 as much as an Anglo in the state of Texas. You are Latino, your voting strength is only 1/3 that.
What's going on, caller? What's your name? Where you calling from? Wow, that's crazy. What do you say, bitch, I'll beat your ass? Bitch, I'll beat your ass. If I had $1 for how many times y'all motherfuckers called in and said that, you called me 4 or 5 times. I sat here and worked to get the damn phone lines open so you could call in and say, I'll beat your ass. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro. I worked hard for a motherfucker to tell me they gonna whoop my ass tonight, didn't I, Chad? I worked hard for this shit. I'm sitting here on the back end working, trying to get the damn call-ins together so people could call in, and then he want to call in and say, I'll beat your ass. Like, what? You said I have $4? Nah, man, I might have $4 this live stream. Motherfucker call in and tell me that shit all the time, bro. And beat your Hey, he was mad as hell, wasn't he? He was really mad as shit, bro. He was really mad as shit, bro.
The state of Texas, and that is what we are talking about. We are talking about the fact that Republicans are now saying, you know what? We don't trust those diverse voices because we know we have a white supremacy agenda. So therefore, we are going to make sure that they don't participate because they are not going to go along with this anti-diversity, equity, and inclusion agenda that we have that is defunding healthcare, that is defunding access to capital for small businesses, that is defunding education. That is why they don't want us to be able to speak up and have our own voices.
Do you have any confidence that other Democratic governors, like Governor Newsom in California, Governor Pritzker in Illinois, that them pushing back might have something of a deterrent effect? Or do you think that these guys are just, blunt?
That's a good point. America, you said I'm an old man. Why can't I go in peace rather than see our country go to shit because of these novice politicians? Because there's a fundamental shift, man. There's a fundamental shift. Y'all gotta understand that we have a new generation that grew up with the internet. You gotta think, like, when I grew up, the internet wasn't in everybody's house. I remember people getting internet in their house, like, oh, such and such got a computer, and oh, such and such got internet now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a new time, you know? Like, I'm 32, you know what I'm saying? So we gotta realize that at 18, you can vote. So these are kids born in 2005, 2006 that are voting now. These are, y'all gotta understand, these 2006 babies. 2004, 2000 babies here now, man.
Blinders on, continue going, and there's nothing that's going to stop them at this point because Trump said jump, they say how high.
I think if they were reasonable, I think that if they cared about the work, I think if they listened to the people, then yeah, they would care. But that's not who these people are. They could care less. All they do is they take the power and then they ignore the people that put them in power. What they do instead is they pledge their fealty to some idiot who obviously is struggling mentally, whether it is mental decline or whether it's not he's ever had the capacity. They have decided that they're going to do whatever it is that he wants them to do instead of doing what's right for Texas. One of my colleagues, Sylvia Garcia, continues to say, I never thought I'd see the day that a Texan would bow down to a New Yorker, right? Like, we know how Texas has this next level pride the same way that New York does, but that's exactly what we see happening. So the only thing the Democrats can do is they can decide that they're going to sit there and be the nice guys that we have always been, the ones that always want to take the high road, or...
Listen, you said, knowing the history of this country, why would any African hang that flag? One, I'm not African, nigga. Let's get that together right here, right now. I'm not African, nigga. Two, are you in America right now? Are you in America or are you in Africa? Three, let me go back to the comment. I'm not in Africa. America is my home. My ancestors fought for civil rights so we could sit here and have this conversation, so I could have an American flag here. You telling me to fly an African flag. It's crazy, nigga. It's crazy, nigga. You want me to be African so bad.
Or they can decide that there is a fight that is being waged, and while we didn't start it, we will finish it and make sure that we finish it on behalf of the American people and democracy.
What's your message to those state reps who've fled the state and look, who are getting fined $500 a day, even though their salary is $600 a month, who are right now living in not exactly optimal conditions and contending with bomb threats right now as this last line of defense to stop this special legislative session from moving forward?
I think that this is indicative of where we are in this country. I first want to say to my former colleagues in the State House, you are the real superheroes. I will never stop championing.
You talking about civil rights? Do you got a Malcolm X picture talking about civil rights? Yes, nigga, ain't that what Malcolm X was fighting? Ain't he one of the civil rights leaders? Talking about civil rights with a question mark with a Malcolm X picture is crazy, nigga. This is 2025.
What you're doing, because I understand what that sacrifice looks like. I obviously broke quorum in 21, but when we broke quorum in 21, it was definitely about kind of ringing the alarms, specifically on things like this. We were trying to signal to the rest of the country that it was so important that we get engaged, and so we went to DC. We wanted them to pass the Freedom of Vote Act, which if the Freedom of Vote Act had passed, then Elon Musk couldn't have bought the presidency.
Bro, I had to whisper back at their ass chat. I ain't know what to do, man. Motherfucker called me trolling. I'm finna start trolling their ass back, man. Fuck it. You wanna call it this bitch Whisper? We gonna make this motherfucker the Whisper song, nigga. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Come on, man. You got me fucked up, man. Call this motherfucker Whispering again. We gonna make this motherfucker the Whisper song.
We were trying to push them to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act, which if it passed, then we wouldn't be in this situation as it relates to redistricting right now. We would have squashed all of that because those bills deal with these issues, right? And so we were trying to ring the alarms at that moment. But for a lot of people, I think that they saw the fight as like, oh, this is over voting rights and it's a Texas issue and that kind of stuff and whatever. But the fact that these Texans decided that they were going to leave their homes, that they were going to be bullied by cowards who want to arrest them. I mean, they are going harder on elected officials that are simply trying to make sure that their constituents' voices are not minimized. Then they're going on, say, getting the Epstein files. Like, we know that y'all know how to move, clearly, because y'all done called in the FBI and everybody else trying to go after not pedophiles, right? Because we know that seemingly the commander-in-chief has a soft spot for pedophiles. Because next thing you know, we know that Ms. Maxwell was transferred to a cushier existence in a federal penitentiary system, right? But now you want to go after lawfully elected people whose constituents are not upset with them at all because they dared to do what democracy says we should do, which is to represent. So for those that don't understand, in our Texas Constitution, it specifically provides for breaking quorum. And this is one of those circumstances. And they're not doing it because they are the ones whose districts are on the chopping block. They're not doing it because they're concerned per se about individual congressional members. They're doing it because this country is on fire, and it is time for people to see that we have a fire in our belly. There are Democrats that are willing to wage a ridiculous fight if it means that we're going to protect democracy. So I love them. I thank them.
She used the P word. What's the P word?
Stand with them.
Perfectly put. You know, I think what
you said is that Candace Owens, your screen fucked up. That's crazy. That's crazy.
You said about the fact that these Republicans are showing us that if they want to get something done, they can. You've got the Speaker of the State House issuing civil arrest warrants. You've got John Cornyn going to the FBI. You've got Kash Patel saying, yeah, the FBI is at your disposal. You've got Greg Abbott and Ken Paxton going to the courts to try and deprive these people of their seats, to vacate their seats. And so if there's a will to get something done in the GOP, clearly these people are showing that they are not, that there's no stone that they won't leave unturned. And yet when it comes to the Epstein files, something that they themselves have been barking about for years and years and years, when they finally have the chance to substantiate what they themselves have been saying, their hands are tied. There's nothing they can do. They're not even willing to hold Pam Bondi to account, even though she said the files were on her desk. And so it goes to show when they want to get something done, they can, and when they don't, that's a conscious decision that they're making too. Which I guess leads me to this question here. The Oversight Committee has compelled the release of the Epstein files, and that should be done within 2 weeks. How confident are you that they're going to comply and that these files will be in your hands by the time that deadline approaches?
I'm pretty confident. I mean, this is a subpoena that came from the Republican chair. There was a bipartisan vote in one of our subcommittees on oversight that is led by the amazing Summer Lee out of the state of Pennsylvania. And so when they thought they were getting everybody out of D.C. in time, again, I tell people all the time that they may have the muscle, meaning that they have the numbers, but we definitely have the brains. So they are all brawn and we are all brains on this side. And so we were able to outmaneuver them because that's what we do. We actually think. And so, you know, this is...
I'm going to keep it real. The right got some thinkers over there. It's just Trump calling the shots, you know what I'm saying? This big dog over there, you know what I'm saying? They falling in line. The dog, she acting like the right ain't got nobody over there, you know what I'm saying? They got some folks over there that can think and speak.
This is a subpoena that then the chair of the entire Oversight Committee then had to send out because there was, the vote. And so this is coming from Congress. So this is coming from another Republican. Now, whether or not DOJ, gives us a trickle down or, how they treat it and that kind of stuff, who knows? We know that they are spending so many hours on protecting Trump.
Y'all fucked up my audio. Don't worry about it. I know how to get back. This happened earlier. Don't worry about it. What I need to do is this. Go right here. Hold on and check. Y'all rock with me because I know how to fix it. They trying to sabotage the show. But I need to take that one off. Boom. Hold on. I know what I'm doing, Chad. I know what I'm doing a little bit now. Let's see if this works.
I'm joined now by Congressman Jasmine Crockett. Thanks for joining me.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk about what's happening in your state of Texas.
Listen, Chad, I don't know why they keep doing me like that, but you finna do it like this. As this whoever keep calling me private, bro. I gotta cut the phone lines off, man. Okay, cut them lines off.
I think what you
Real talk.
that if they want to get some.
Alright, here we go. I got it. Well, it's not sounding perfect.
I'm joined now by Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Thanks for joining me.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk about what's happening in your state of Texas, because these Texas Republicans have targeted you.
Penitentiary system, right? But now you want to go after lawfully elected people whose constituents are not upset with them at all because they dared to do what democracy says we should do, which is to represent. So for those that don't understand, in our Texas Constitution, it specifically provides for breaking quorum. And this is one of those circumstances. And they're not doing it because they are the ones whose districts are on the chopping block. They're not doing it because they're concerned per se about individual congressional members. They're doing it because this country is on fire and it is time for people to see.
Oh, we good, Cypher. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the damn pent number down. I'm gonna take the number pent down. We just not gonna take no call-ins tonight. That's what we gonna do. We not gonna take no call-ins tonight. And what am I gonna pin up there? Okay, yeah, that's just what we gonna do.
We have a fire in our belly. There are Democrats that are willing to wage a ridiculous fight if it means that we're going to protect democracy. So I love them, I thank them, and I stand with them.
Perfectly put. You know, I think what you said about the fact that these Republicans are showing us that if they want to get something done, they can. You've got the Speaker of the State House issuing civil arrest warrants. You've got John Cornyn going to the FBI. You've got Kash Patel saying, yeah, the FBI is at your disposal. You've got Greg Abbott and Ken Paxton going to the courts to try and deprive these people of their seats, to vacate their seats. And so if there's a will to get something done in the GOP, clearly these people are showing that they are not, that there's no stone that they won't leave unturned. And yet when it comes to the Epstein files, something that they themselves have been barking about for years and years and years, when they finally have the chance to substantiate what they themselves have been saying, their hands are tied. There's nothing they can do. They're not even willing to hold Pam Bondi to account, even though she said the files were on her desk. And so it goes to show when they want to get something done, they can, and when they don't, that's a conscious decision that they're making too. Which I guess leads me to this question here. The Oversight Committee has compelled the release of the Epstein files, and that should be done within 2 weeks. How confident are you that they're going to comply and that these files will be in your hands by the time that deadline approaches?
I'm pretty confident. I mean, this is a subpoena that came from the Republican chair. There was a bipartisan vote in one of our subcommittees on oversight that is led by the amazing Summer Lee out of the state of Pennsylvania. And so when they thought they were getting everybody out of D.C. into again, I tell people all the time that they may have the muscle, meaning that they have the numbers, but we definitely have the brains. So they are all brawn and we are all brains on this side. And so we were able to outmaneuver them because that's what we do. We actually think. And so, you know, this is a subpoena that then the chair of the entire Oversight Committee then had to send out because there was the vote. And so this is coming from Comer. So this is coming from another Republican. Now, whether or not DOJ, gives us a trickle down or, how they treat it and that kind of stuff, who knows? We know that they are spending so many man hours on redacting Trump. I wouldn't be surprised if they come up with some trumped up reason to explain why any of the documents that have anything to do with him cannot come out. I mean, they will make up law. They will go to the courts that belong to them. Like, they will do a lot of things. Hey,
listen, chat. If y'all rock with Jasmine Crockett, press 1. If y'all do not rock with Jasmine Crockett, press 2. I need y'all to double tap that screen. Let's get to 100 likes right quick. And we 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. We go live every single night over here talking entertainment, current events, and politics, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. Rock with me, man. Most of the time I had a phone lines open, but the trolls tripping tonight, so we just finna rock out. You know what I'm saying? We finna rock out. If y'all want to call in, let me know in the chat and I'll open the phone line up. That's how we'll do that. If y'all want to call in, be like, hey, I'm trying to call in, and then I'll open the line up.
I think that we'll get something, but I think that, you know, they will only give us what they want us to have versus fully complying with the subpoena itself.
What's your message to those Trump supporters who stake so much of their support for Donald Trump on this idea that he's going to finally do what so many other politicians wouldn't do, which is to expose this deep state cabal of elites who are above the law, who can operate with impunity and do heinous, vile things, who now very much seems to be entrenching the very system that he promised to expose?
You know, what I really want people, whether they're a Trumper, MAGA, Republican, independent, or former Democrat, right? Like, what I want them to do is evaluate, number one, what is government for, right? And evaluate how it is that we are choosing our elected officials. Government is not for enriching the people that are elected, right? This is why it is wildly popular to stop members from trading stocks. This is why, you know, there should be more outrage at the fact that, you know, probably at this point, at least 50% of Donald Trump's wealth has come just since he's gotten into office. Like, we should all be disgusted because we should have a government that has transparent and honest leaders that are strictly focused on us and nothing else. But honestly, when you have someone that consistently shows you that he has no relationship whatsoever with the truth, you got to start calling him out. You got to start understanding that there is a reason that he is constantly lying to your face. You've got to say, we deserve better. This is more so about what we deserve. We are supposed to be a government for and by and of the people. And let me tell you right now, from all of the foreign government interference that we've got going on ever since his first administration, from all the intermingling that he does with his businesses, with foreign governments and his family, from the crypto schemes, like, we should be concerned because it is clear that he is not putting America first. It is clear that he's not putting Americans first. The fact that we're in this crazy tariff war that is only... Okay, chat, I'm going to ask the chat. Press 3 if you think Trump is putting America first. Press 4 if you do not think Trump is putting America first. 3 if you think Trump is putting America first. 4 if you do not think he's putting America first. Double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. Let's get to 100 likes right quick. If you're watching on a cell phone right now, double tap the screen. That's how you like the video for free, and we are 25 subs away from the next sub goal. We go live every single night over here, man. Only hurting us domestically, like, this is a problem. Like, I don't want, you know, what I would wish, if I could, like, wave a magic wand, is if people would literally not look at the R or the D in front of somebody's name. Yeah. They would just look and have like a little snippet, a little paragraph of what the people have done. Tell me about the bills they filed. Tell me about how those bills impacted people. I can tell you that I have worked on things such as the Democracy Restoration Act. I can tell you that I've worked on bills around protecting reproductive access. I can tell you that I have filed criminal justice reform bills that would make sure that we never had to worry about the crack cocaine disparities. Like, I can tell you things that people can look at and say, you know what, I agree with this or I disagree with this. And then you can look at somebody who says, I wanted to make sure that I gave tax cuts to billionaires at the expense of healthcare to people that needed it. I can say, you know what, this person decided they wanted a $200 million ballroom, and this is at the expense of USAID and impacting our soft power around the world. Like, I just need people to look at the substance of who people are instead of consistently following anybody, Democrat, Republican, or independent, blindly. That is why democracy is supposed to be so great. It's because we are supposed to be the voices. We are supposed to be the ones that are running it. And right now, we've got a minutia of people. I mean, it's such a tiny group of people that are controlling all of us instead of the majority of us controlling our elected officials.
Yeah, and that was perfectly put, and I think the most egregious part of all of that is that this guy ran on a populist platform. He ran dangling promises, all the way going back to his first term, of infrastructure, of middle-class tax cut, of a jobs boom, of a manufacturing renaissance, a healthcare plan that was cheaper and more comprehensive, of cheaper groceries and eggs and housing and rent, of free IVF. He hasn't delivered any of that. The only thing he's expended his political capital on is a tax cut for millionaires and billionaires, both times. And now he's looking out for himself to the tune of $200 billion for a ballroom. He gave himself a $1 billion retrofitted jet that not a single one of these feckless Republicans could lift a finger to say, hey, maybe you don't get to keep a jet that costs $1 billion to the taxpayer, while you have Carolyn Levitt applauding the fact that he's donating his paycheck. So I think his paycheck would be like $33,000 gross. So the guy donates a $33,000 paycheck and hands himself a $1 billion jet paid for by American taxpayers. This guy is so clearly not looking out for any of the people who he conned into voting for him. All of the rubes that he conned into voting for him, while he continues to heap more benefits, more wealth onto himself. The guy doubled his net worth in like 6 months. I don't know how many people watching out there have gone from $2.5 billion to $5.1 billion in the last 6 months, but I presume it's not most people. And finally, let's finish off with this. Donald Trump's DOJ just announced that it's going after New York Attorney General Letitia James, and so we're seeing one more instance of the weaponization of the federal government at the hands of Donald Trump, going after his political opponents. So can I have your reaction to that move?
Yeah, I mean, you could see this a mile away, right? Like, even a blind man could see it coming, because we know that this is a guy that campaigned and said, I will be your retribution, and that really translated into him seeking his retribution if he were to get into office. And what is so frustrating is that we have a guy that decides that he wants to say he's all about law and order, but if anything, he is the most lawless person that we have ever had, and this is not by any stretch of the imagination, considering the fact he is the only president we've ever had that has been convicted of 34 felony convictions, on top of the fact that he had so many other outstanding cases. So to have the audacity to believe that he should go after someone who is duly elected, who has never been accused of a crime, who truly you are trying to trump up charges on, that's all we're seeing. The same thing with going after Jack Smith, right? The same thing with firing all of those that participated in the legal and lawful investigation of his wrongdoing while they were at the DOJ. Like, people that are following the law, they're following the evidence, they're following the paper trail of documents that you took and stuffed into your gaudy bathroom and ugly ballroom, okay? Like, that's what they're following. Like, they didn't make this up out of thin air, and so it is frustrating, but I absolutely knew this was coming. I absolutely see that there will be other political opponents that he will go after, because this is the only reason he wanted to be in office, was to, number one, stay out of prison, and number two, do his best to try to muddy the water and pretend like the real lawless people were the people that were actually doing what their oath prescribed, versus him, who basically is just a sexual deviant, I'm gonna call him, who, is obviously been found liable for, being a little less than truthful more than once, in civil context as well as criminal.
Yeah. Well,
all right, chat. We're going on. This is what Gavin Newsom and Nancy Pelosi was talking today. I did want to listen to what Nancy Pelosi had to say, but we just finna catch Gavin Newsom, because I'm finna get ready to lay down, chat. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm finna get ready to lay down. Let's see what Gavin Newsom had to say though. Y'all double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. We 25 subs away from the next sub goal.
To our distinguished leader in all of this effort, someone who was right out there right from the start, who brings us together, making us so very proud, our Governor, Gavin Newsom.
Well, let me thank everybody for taking the time to be here, and let me welcome all of you to Governor Ronald Reagan's home. Reminded of Governor Reagan's last speech in the Oval Office where he talked about the life force of new Americans. He talked about Lady Liberty's torch. And here we are, fast forward decades later, appropriately with a portrait of Ronald Reagan looking down on the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, who's trying to light a torch on democracy. He's trying to roll back the last half century. He wants to put America in reverse on LGBT rights, on voting rights, civil rights, on the rights of women and girls. We're here in that light at this profound and consequential moment. And we're here with 6 courageous leaders that they've been described from the Texas delegation. It is my privilege to have had now 2 delegations visit from Texas. And it's my honor to welcome all of you and to thank you for your courage, thank you for faith and devotion to the cause that unites all of us across this.
Hey, everybody, double tap the screen and shut the live out before we get into this clip, man. This Gavin Newsom, we finna see what he got to say. I know a lot of y'all don't like Gavin, a lot of y'all do like Gavin. I'm trying to see, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see, they say Gavin's, you know, changing some of his stances on, you know, free healthcare for all and, you know, some of those things. So we finna see what's going on. I do want everybody to double tap the screen and shut the live out. We are 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal. The backup channel is pinned in the comments. Be sure to get a backup channel or follow just in case they try to do something to this
country, regardless of party. And that are the enduring principles of our founding fathers. You know, we talked about the 249th anniversary of those principles. Next year we'll celebrate the 250th anniversary of those enduring principles, the best of the Roman Republic and Greek democracy, the system of co-equal branches of government, this notion of a system of checks and balances, popular sovereignty, all of that on the line, all of that at risk. And so I'm very sober and mindful of this moment. And as a consequence, we have taken our relationship to this moment very, very seriously. Had it not been for the courage of the Democratic representatives from Texas to stand tall and to stand up, to walk out, as is their right, as old a principle as American pie, the ability for a minority to walk out when it comes to the abuses of a majority. And they did just that to elevate not just their voices as representatives, but to elevate our voices, to call out the consequential nature of what's happening. What's happening in the United States of America is not normal. We cannot allow this to be considered normal. Please don't say it's surprising. When you say something is no longer surprising, you normalize it. This is shocking, what's happening. You heard Representative Johnson say it very powerfully and very clearly. And what more evidence?
Y'all want to know what's crazy? Members, I got a members only video live stream on here that I did when I first started this channel. It was about the NBA Finals when Boston played Texas, and I said that the NBA Finals is going to be really telling. I did a whole breakdown on it about how it's the 250th, we're in the calendar year, quote unquote, of the 250th year anniversary of the Boston Tea Party, which a lot of people consider the birth of the nation. And now we sit here, we see Gavin Newsom talking about it. And what do we see is going on? Dallas, which is Texas right now. Dallas, you know what I'm saying, specifically Jasmine Crockett, her seats up for grabs. They're saying Texas is trying to take those seats so they can grab hold of Congress, you know what I'm saying, and hold it forever. And then we see, you know, Boston, which goes back to the birth of a nation. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I got a live stream on that. It's in the members only.
Evidence did you need? You saw this take shape after Donald Trump tried to wreck the democracy after January 6th, where he dialed for 12,000 votes in Georgia. By a courageous leadership, regardless of party, that stood up against that tyranny. Now he's dialing up for seats. He called Greg Abbott, who doesn't have the courage, doesn't have the backbone, doesn't have the consciousness of the consequences of his action. And he has rolled over. And he said, yes, sir, and they're trying to dial now for new seats. for precisely the reason that Speaker Pelosi and others have represented. They will lose in the midterms. He knows it. Why else would he make that phone call? His agenda is failing. His presidency is failing.
Nah, I know both sides gerrymander, but what I'm saying is, like, right now, Texas Democrats have fled. They have Texas on, like, a national Texas, Dallas specifically, Jasmine Crockett seat, because she's the one getting all the attention right now, is on, like, highlighted through the nation. And it's just crazy coincidental to me that this time last year, whenever the NBA Finals was, when Dallas played Boston, I said in the live video, like, look, bro, this is the birth of a nation. This is the 200, and we're in the calendar year, the 250th anniversary of the nation, if you count the Boston Tea Party. See, he's counting 1773. He's counting, you know, the actual date. He's counting the actual date of Independence Day. I'm talking about the Boston Tea Party. And then specifically with the Dallas playing Boston in the NBA Finals. And I said, look, y'all be on the lookout for something happening in Texas, Boston. Now we see this going on. And it's just crazy to me. 1776, I mean. I'm hot.
He knows the headwinds in a midterm. He's dialing for seats. Not only did he dial for 5 seats in Texas, he just sent his vice president. The Vice President of the United States, not to console those 137 families whose lives were torn asunder because they lost loved ones.
Yeah, that's what it was, Chad. Hold on.
By the way, 3.
It's 1770. This is when it is. December 16, 1773. That's when it was. The actual day.
Members of my community in Marin County, Mark, Sarah, and Johnny Walker, 14 years old, died in the flood. Mark, 50 years old, Sarah, same age. Family, friends. We were at their memorial yesterday. Vice President come to console the family members of the lives lost. He went to Indiana, continued to try to rig the election. We have a special election in Texas. You'd think that's all they'd be focused on.
Gary, you said sorry you like me, but what? You said you voted for Obama, you regret that? Okay, press 1 if y'all voted for anybody that you regret. Press 2 if you don't know anybody, if you haven't voted for anybody that you regret. Press 1 if you regret anybody that you've ever voted for. Press 2 if you do not have any regrets.
Kids died in those floods. But they're focused on this, a power grab. And it's not limited to Texas and Indiana. You've seen what's happening in Florida. You've seen what's happening in Ohio and other states. So we have got to step up. Our state of mind is about accountability, responsibility. Again, taking this moment seriously. What is our relationship to this moment? And we recognize we have agency. We're not bystanders. That we can shape the future. Decisions, not conditions. And so we choose to be held to a higher level of accountability. It wasn't our decision to be here, it's a reaction to. We are trying to defend democracy as opposed to see it destroyed district by district. And we will stand firm and we will stand tall. And perhaps the expression today is the expression of unity. That's what we're trying to communicate. You have congressional representatives here, the leader of our congressional delegation. They are unanimous in their support of moving in this direction. The Speaker and the Pro Tem and the strong support of their caucuses and leaders of critical committees and caucus are here to express support. We are moving forward. Make no mistake. California is moving forward as a state that's larger than 21 state population.
Listen, chat, somebody in here is named Anal Beads, and they said, be a man and open the call lines. Now, why would I want to talk to you, Anal Beads? Like, your YouTube name is Anal Beads, bro. It's crazy.
Combined, we're not a small, isolated state. State larger than 21 population combined. We tried to play by a higher set of of standards and rules with our independent redistricting, and we believe in that. And we are not talking about eliminating that commission. We are talking about emergency measures to respond to what's happening in Texas, and we will nullify what happens in Texas. We will pick up 5 seats with the consent of the people, and that's the difference between the approach we're taking and...
Carlos, you never thought I was finna take away Lala wrench so you could time her out. You said, what if his name was Anal Beads? I mean, shit, that's just his name. I mean, but Carlos, you never thought I was gonna take Lala wrench so you could time her out.
And the approach they're taking, we're doing it on a temporary basis. We're doing it in a fully transparent way, and we're doing it by asking the people of the state of California for their consent and support. Mark that stark contrast to what's happening in Texas and other states. We are resolved, and we are aligned in this strategy. And I'm deeply, in closing, grateful for the leadership that's assembled here today in unprecedented time. Required an unprecedented approach, an unprecedented leadership to build the kind of consensus that we believe we have. We have till August 22nd. With the leadership behind me, they will get this on the ballot. We're calling for a special election. That'll be the first week of November. It will coincide with many other municipal elections. We will raise an unprecedented amount of attention, and we will garner an unprecedented amount of support because people understand what's at stake. Final words. Because I want to reinforce what the Speaker and the Pro Tem said. You have people disappearing in the state of California, quite literally disappearing. Warrantless search, people literally be taken from the streets. I don't think this, I know it. 16-year-old kid whose mom and dad working 20 years at the same packing facility, 16-year-old didn't even know how to get back into his own home because mom and dad disappeared going to work. Young child had no brothers and sisters. That's Trump's America. That's happening as we speak. The Guard has been federalized. And by the way, Donald Trump is continuing to federalize the National Guard through the election. Pause and consider what that may mean. There is nothing normal.
Oh, shit.
Nothing normal about this.
Oh, shit. Cypher, appreciate the gifted membership, Cypher.
I am proud, and thank you to Isaac Bryan.
Y'all give Cypher some flames on that gifted membership. Cypher, appreciate your continued support, man. Cypher always come through, man. Y'all double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. We are about 25 subscribers away from the next sub goal, man. Y'all be sure to give Cypher some flames in the chat, man. Hold on.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Straight up, chat. I am finna open the call lines up. Soon as Gavin get done running his mouth, man, I'm finna open the call lines up. Fuck it.
$83.1 billion more we provided the federal government in federal taxes than we received. Texas, for whatever reason, for success and how Texas does punch above its weight, received $71.1 billion more from the federal government than we received. But I'll tell you what, as a taxpayer, as governor of California, I am proud to stand tall to help them recover from these floods. No conditions.
Call from.
No politics. We're all in this. I was proud.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
To support.
Man, y'all gotta announce yourself when y'all calling, man. What's your name, caller? Where you calling from? Listen, man, y'all gotta start announcing yourself because see, that's why I don't answer the unknown calls. See, people like that be ruining for y'all, man. They be ruining this shit for y'all, man. And ruining it for me too, cause I like talking, I like having these convos, man. But I gotta have some sort of damn screening process, man. Say your name when you call in, man. Say your nickname. Say something. Hell, don't just call in on that bullshit. The phone lines are open, man. I'm going to take a couple calls before we get up out of here, man. I'm going to take a couple calls before we get up out of here. You said Trump's America is awesome? Okay. Y'all double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. I got the phone lines open. Selena, you said you was gonna call in. Call in. Yeah, Carlos, you saying you always play dirty la la. I'm from Miami. I learned from my representatives. Listen, Carlos, I'm gonna tell you like this. You never thought I was finna take la la wrench so you could time out. Hell nah. Release the Epstein file, yeah, for sure. Release the Epstein file. I feel like it's crazy too. Did y'all see what they was talking about? We talked about it earlier on the show about that the lawmaker in Utah that got that that helped get that law passed to get his family member lesser charges. I believe he was like 18 messing with a 13-year-old, and because of the law change, he don't gotta register. He ain't gotta do none of that shit. So it's crazy. He was 18. No, I believe he was 18. It's crazy. You say good look red state, you're all screwed. Why is all the red states screwed? Why is all the red states screwed? How do we wave them off flag sometimes? I'm not gonna do it because you asked to though.
Jason Griffith.
Bro, what? This is what I'm saying, chat. If nobody's gonna call in, I'm finna get off, bro, because they playing, bro. Nobody's gonna call in. I'm about to get off, bro. Straight up, bro. Nobody's calling in. I'm gonna get out. Shit is crazy. Now they calling back. Missed call. It's crazy, bro. I can't. I'm finna get off chat. I'm tired. I ain't gonna lie, chat. I'm tired. If California, New York, and Illinois redraw their voting districts, say goodbye, House and Senate, they gonna have to respond. I thought they already kind of got, how many more seats can they add? Okay, if Texas adds 5 more, you think between Cali, New York, and Illinois they can add enough? But what about Trump's new census? What about Trump's new census? Sim racing. Trump calling for that new census, which I think we watched Kristi Noem talk about it earlier. I hear Kristi Noem trying to set the basis for that new census too, because she said they've sent hundreds of thousands back on top of the hundreds of thousands that have self-deported, on top of through the app, on top of the millions that have self-deported without the app. So they gonna call for a new census. Trump's calling for a new census. And with coming up on 2 million people leaving the country, that might be basis for the census. That might be, they expecting it to go to the Supreme Court. They're expecting it to go to the Supreme Court, so we're going to see how that goes, you know what I'm saying? We're going to see how that goes, man. Cypher just gifted 5 memberships. Hold on. Nah, you good. Cypher just gifted 5 memberships, man. Y'all double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. Put some flames in the chat for Cypher and that 5 gifted, man. Put flames in the chat for Cypher and that 5 gift.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Cypher, thank you, Cypher.
Welcome to the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, double tap the screen, shut the live out, man. Thank you again, Cypher.
To the greatest damn show on YouTube.
Yeah, but if they if they redo that census, they're saying that would hurt places like New York, Cali, damn, it was like 2 other places, but they said New York and Cali for sure. If they take away the illegal immigrants, and because it would take away funding, and electoral votes. So if it take away electoral votes, that would benefit the right. So if Trump gets this new census, it might be all bad. Illinois, yes, Carlos, it was Illinois. If Trump get that new census minus the illegals, man, minus the immigrants, man, it might be all bad. But they are saying that it would be unconstitutional is what the left is saying. The left is saying that the census calls for account of all people, not just citizens. It says all people. So they're expecting it to go to the Supreme Court. They said Trump tried to do this in 2020, but it was shot down. But this is a different time. So yeah, Colorado, you think, Carlos? Yeah, they saying it's a different time. So I'm gonna tell you, man, if Trump get this new census, man, that might be, yeah, all bad for sure. If Trump get this, well, I ain't gonna say all bad. I'm saying not even. However you want to put it, it might be, and it's not gonna be. Trump get this new census, it's gonna be tough cookies for the Democrats, man. Just because the guy was saying, you said there won't be enough. There's still more people in LA at home in 6 western states. Yeah, okay. I mean, but yeah, they saying that's gonna shift the electoral votes, man. I mean, it's unprecedented time, Chad. Nothing. Yeah, Gary just said at times be changed. I was just gonna say it's an unprecedented time. So I'm here. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna have these conversations. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Double tap the screen on your way out, man. We 25 subs away from that next sub goal. I'm glad y'all rock with me. We almost at 29,000. I'm not answering another unknown call. I'm not. If you don't say your name. No. I'm not. But Cypher, thank you for the gift of memberships. Thank you for all the super chats tonight, man. I will be back in the morning. Y'all know how we do. We'll be back in the morning for the live, man. Y'all catch me in the morning. We'll have some more topics, have some more conversations, man. Y'all have a good night. You said those people weren't counted in the last census. Okay. Okay, Sim Racing. Y'all be sure to come back in the morning, man. Y'all rock out with me. The morning time is a whole different crowd. I don't cuss as much, and we just have, a good time. I'm gonna give me a little coffee cup in the morning. We're gonna sip some coffee, so. But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody that rocks with me on the nighttime, and I appreciate everybody that rocks with me during the morning, and I appreciate everybody that just shows up when that vibe. Y'all can pick your shoes up at the door. Next time we might have some damn goodie bags or something. We might send y'all off with some goodie bags. Whoever tried to get 2 plates, I told y'all I made the little strip wagyu fajitas and shit. Whoever walked out of here with 2 plates, I seen that. Next time your ass better bring something to the damn barbecue. Whoever that was, y'all let me know who walked out of here with 2 plates. Who walked out of here with 2 plates? I seen that. Don't be greedy. Good night, chat.